Welcome to Hot Tap Podcast. What episode are we? We are 181. Nashville's the Prey. I'm your host, Bill Dean. I'm, of course, here with my three co-hosts. Shorts guy's a little off screen, but we got Steven. We got Schwim.
What up?
And we're brought to you by Prime Time Radio, courtesy of Mr. Sam Wu. Find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Apple and Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio. Please leave us a 5-star review if you'd be so kind. Gentlemen, what are you guys drinking?
Tampa. I'll go first because mine's nice and easy. Sea Quench, my last one, with the new can.
Very nice
artwork. Deliciousness. Only 4.9%. Have a good time.
4.9, not bad.
Nope.
Steven, what are you drinking?
Is Steven frozen?
Steven's frozen.
Oh, Steven is frozen. Oh, that's wonderful.
Up?
Shorts guy, what are you drinking?
So I got two things. I am double fisting. This has been a great start, I'm sure. I've got my cider from the lovely Pennings. It's on tap, but I also have it's called Any Day's Haze by Beer Tree Brew. So this is another new beer that I have that I'm trying.
Nice.
I'm going to put it in my color-changing Dogfish Head mask, or a Dogfish Head cup. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to have. And I'm going to turn my ringer off.
Well,
It's way
Steven's
too
computer crashed, but
there
it
he
came back on.
There he
I was just going to leave
is.
his face. I was just going to leave his face there because it looked pretty funny, but he joined. Steven, what are you drinking?
Oh, it's on me. Sorry, I just pulled a. Are we just gonna call it? We pulled a Pittsburgh Penguin.
Yeah,
I guess, and I
Pulled the
just
goalie.
randomly died in the middle of
in the
trying
first
to do
period.
something important. I don't know, what is this. I don't know what these letters. Kai Tangata. Is that a T? Swim?
sure.
Nightmare?
Yes,
How do you say it?
I think you said it right.
Tangata.
Yeah.
New Zealand style IPA, dry hopped with Southern Cross and Wakatu freestyle hops. That sounds
Wakatu.
freestyle and friggin' hops
Freestyle.
here.
Is that the one that has all the like the teeth and the flesh? on the,
Yes,
with the
there are
artwork?
teeth.
Yeah.
It looks like maybe fire. Yeah, somebody's getting burned at the
It's
stake.
about
maybe.
cannibalism.
Okay.
Ah,
At least they're
That
cooked.
doesn't
Eat them
sound
like
afterwards, huh?
doesn't sound very vegan to me if it's about cannibalism.
cannibalism is vegan because it is not an animal.
Yeah,
Is
but
it
aren't
really?
humans animals? I think we already had this bullshit discussion one time.
You're an animal.
I am.
Big dumb animal.
I am a big dumb animal. I'm also a
So-
big
Dumb
unhappy animal. My drink is going to be Burns Nectar. It's a single malt Scotch whiskey. It's a little mini. So you just take one of these and it's a little tiny shot, and then I got another beer on top of that.
the
hell is
'cause
that? Derek
Yeah,
Zoolander.
it's a tiny little.
That
malt
that what you
isn't
bring to
even a
work?
shot. That's like a what is
That's what you
that?
bring to work.
It's like a little. Yeah, I'm gonna
That's
have
like
a bunch of these
It looks
because
like a
this
sample
day
of cologne.
has been from hell.
Yeah, it does.
So I'll explain to you guys off air. But my day has really sucked. So
I think I have Fireball in the freezer.
Why would you want that?
I think we got it. Didn't we get it? Was it that or Jaeger? We got a whole bunch of free stuff. Remember when we went down to Philly? We met
Oh, yeah, it was
Chico
Jaeger
down there.
stuff, didn't we?
Was it
We
Jaeger?
got, like Jaeger glasses.
Yeah.
and-
Maybe I have Jaeger
Bottles.
in the freezer.
oh yeah, we had a bunch of that.
right?
Jaeger
Come with me.
Burns.
Come with me on a tour of my freezer.
Do you have
Oh,
any peas?
look what we got here.
Oh, well,
you do have it.
Jaeger.
someone-
Oh, that's the
doing a
cold brew
Jaeger
one.
bomb.
That was
Cold brew
horrible, by the
coffee.
way.
I'm sure
Someone's
it
doing a
is.
Jaeger bomb.
I ain't
Jaeger
having
I
bomb.
don't remember it being that bad. Was it really that bad?
I don't know.
It was not
But I
good.
do have a Fireball. I have no idea where this came from.
Oh, this
I
burns.
feel like somebody brought this. I don't know.
Oh,
Man, this is just
need it.
this is gonna be one of those episodes, isn't it?
uh-huh.
It already is.
Yeah.
Steven,
we're there.
I'm using
We're
my
going there.
color changing cup.
Oh, I just used mine the other day and it didn't change colors. Is yours changing colors?
Yeah, well, my beer's not all that cold because I forgot to
Oh.
put it in the fridge. So
And here's nip
it-
number 2, by the way.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
nice.
second, whatever that is.
Yeah, see,
It's-
already
Oh,
done one.
God.
Here's
yeah,
the
I think
second
it's
one.
changing colors.
how many of those do you have?
I had
Not
3.
enough.
I
Sounds
already
like.
had one.
I also have
I have a single malt in the
bag
in the
of
fridge,
olives.
which is my-
Bag
nice
of
bag
olives.
of olives.
Ah,
courtesy of Shorts Guy, I have Cape May Indie IPA Ice Cream Twist. So thank you, Shorts Guy.
Ooh. Let me know how that is. I still have
Nice.
one of them.
What is this?
That's a lot more better than the other one.
A lot more.
All right.
More gooder.
A lot more
A lot more better.
Oh wow,
Steven,
this is
my
quite good.
day has sucked, so don't make fun of my language right now. I don't care.
What? Oh, okay.
Let's get Oats on tap for today's episode. Here's our weekly snapshot.
The grammar police will be on hiatus
yeah.
for the remainder of this
You
podcast.
stop being mean to Dean.
Yes.
Oh, I can't go that far.
You let me be bad at speaking English.
Me fail
You fail
English?
English? That's impossible.
Yes.
Uh,
Can't do anything without a Simpsons reference. I love it.
oh,
Oh, Google Sheets, Google Notes, or no, what is it? Google Docs. God, cock. Bag
It's just,
suck.
all right, hey, just wing it. Just wing it.
It really is sucking right now. All right. First of all, happy Veterans Day to all the patriots and the guys that have helped our country. Really do appreciate it. Men, women,
and women out there.
Yeah.
I
I called my dad, wished him a happy Veterans Day.
Yep.
So I made sure
Yeah,
to do
and
that.
a couple. So,
Texted my
first
pappy.
of all, thanks
There
to
you
all
go.
those awesome people. We talked about Flushmore. We can do that a little bit. Just knows right off the bat, Ovi streak, right? He's projected for 59 goals. He's got 10 or 11 so far on the season. He's done pretty well. I was one of those people that did not think that he would get it this year, and I'm probably going to be proven wrong, like a bunch of us.
Going. Yeah.
Yeah, he's on fire. So, yeah. We have a trade already. The Kraken reacquiring Daniel Sprong in trade with the Canucks, which is pretty impressive. It happened so early. The Brock Besser Tanner Jeannot hit.
That was bad.
Tanner Jeannot obviously illegally checks to the head, got a 3-game ban. Brock Besser's out indefinitely. It was a horrible hit. Tanner Jeannot, once again, Tampa Bay's pride and joy. Just really.
Is he on Lushmore?
Being a POS.
Stay tuned to find out.
We'll stay tuned. Kevin Hayes lands on the IR with an upper body injury. He's just one of those guys. Every time he gets hurt a lot and it sucks. I want him to always do so well, especially all the just pain and suffering he's gone through, whether it be his brother and Gaudreau, and then obviously just injuries and just the whole thing. So I always want him to do well, and every time I see him, for negative news, it always just kind of depresses me. So obviously hoping that his fire stint's not too bad. He's a good guy. Maple Leafs Max Pacioretty's also low body on the IR. And then we have lastly Tage Thompson exited today's game with a lower body injury. I saw that. So
hey,
what?
Sorry, Penguins
Is that
scored.
a Tampa goal?
No.
Hey.
Yeah, Penguins are down 5-1.
6-1.
Is it a hot pot derby tonight?
Is it going to be disallowed?
Is it Tampa Pittsburgh?
Going to be disallowed?
No.
I don't know.
No, it's Stars. Stars Pittsburgh.
Stars,
Penguins just scored, or we'll see.
You know what that calls for?
Villiers.
A shot.
An olive.
Ooh, an olive.
Oh.
An olive shot. The other games today, you have Sharks Flyers. Flyers up 3-0. Matvei Michkov's first game back after 2-game healthy scratch. He has a goal. Eric Johnson has a goal, and Konechny has a goal.
Stankoven is now the leading scorer.
He is flying right now
amongst rookies, I should say.
Yeah, and you should say in goals, by the way.
I think it's overall points.
I thought he's actually the top point scorer just for rookies.
Yeah, I believe so.
I saw.
I think his goal today. His goal today, I think, put him up top rookie goals. Rookie.
No, yeah, and I didn't mean Shrim in that, but I thought I saw. Yeah, I thought I saw something else.
Who did they just said he surpassed somebody? I cannot remember who.
I don't know. I know Nathan McKinnon leads all players in points he's averaging almost 2 a game. He's at 29 in 15 games. Okay. He's at 22 assists. Kaprizov with 28 points. He's plus 14. Nathan McKinnon is a flat out 0 for plus minus, and he's got 29 points in 15 games. So it just tells you how bad Colorado is.
Wow. How bad their D and
because he's got
5 on
16
5 play.
points in on the power play.
Someone's worse. I know somebody who's worse.
Oh well, you want to see? You want to know who's worse?
We had
Would be
hold on.
one Drew O'Connor minus 14.
We had a couple minuses last week for Toothless.
Yeah, that doesn't.
Not
count.
me. I was on for exactly one goal, and we got mercied.
I like it.
Yeah.
Well, doesn't that make you a minus? Or you were on for a goal?
No, that was on for
scored?
goals in favor.
Okay,
I think it was probably
Yeah,
plus
okay.
1 or something.
nice.
Way too many
Good job,
minuses
guys.
on that
Way
bench
to be
that
a great plus.
One particular defensive pairing
night.
in
Yes.
Schwim.
particular.
In
Not me.
particular. No, not
Uh,
Schwim.
I just saw Anthony Mantha's out for the rest of the season. He had surgery. Another
Oh, I didn't see that.
injury.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
it just
Yeah,
says
I didn't
for
know he
those
was hurt.
games. He
Yeah, I knew he was hurt. I
ACL
didn't know he was done
surgery.
for the year.
Tore his ACL.
Wow.
Damn,
That sucks.
that sucks.
Never good.
Had a good
Never
start
good
to the
at all.
season, too.
Yeah.
Our 3 stars of the week. Hellebuck was awesome. He had 2 shutouts.
Winnipeg
three.
is just
Yeah, almost
freaking
3.
out of control right now.
Went
Took
3-3.
until
Yeah,
Dallas scored
we'll
with
talk
a
about
minute
them
and
in
a
a
half
second.
left in the game or something.
Yeah, minute and a half left. Yep, we were watching that.
And I was
Steven,
even
right?
saying, I was paying attention to it, but we were talking. I was saying, as soon as I said that Winnipeg was winning all these games without Hellebuck, he went on this friggin' shutout streak immediately.
Mhm.
I should
Stopped
say it more
88 of
often.
89 shots. He faced over 3 appearances. Mighty good. Nathan McKinnon, 9 points in 3 games, and then Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, who I always love when he says his name in that commercial. He's three wins, 1.3, and a 956 goals against save percentage.
Got pulled today.
So two goalers. Yeah, he did get pulled today.
Bless you, Jesus.
Figures.
Whew, bless me.
All right. I had
Jesus.
Winnipeg obviously 14-1 to start the year. It's the best start in
Best start ever, right?
NHL history.
That's crazy.
What was that
good for them.
stat? It was something about 14-1. They bested Ottawa Senators
just-
13-2.
Tampa beat them, right?
No, Tampa lost them.
Oh. Who did they lose to? Dallas? No. Before this last game?
Didn't they get?
I don't know.
Did they get smoked by
Toronto.
somebody like Columbus or somebody shitty?
No, not somebody that bad. I think maybe it was like Toronto.
Toronto.
Yeah, something like that.
Jesus, Melvin.
Only in 5 appearances, but Jonathan Quick leads the NHL with a 964 save percentage and a 117 goals against. So we get another good year again for Jonathan Quick. I don't know if I saw it early, but I just wanted to bring that up. Here was a cool stat that I saw. This is the only team in the NHL that this occurs for, and it's my New York Rangers. So with Johnny Brodzinski I think like the stat. It's pretty cool. With Johnny Brodzinski in the lineup, which he's pretty much, other than when Rempe wants to have one fight every 5 games. Here's how it looks. They have every single line has 3 players from 3 different countries. So obviously Kreider, Zib, Riley Smith is U.S., Sweden, Canada. Panarin, Trocheck, Lafreniere is Russia, U.S., Canada. Will Cooley is Canada. Filipinos, Czechia, and Kalpakakos, Finland. And then Edstrom, Sweden, Carrick, Canada, and Brodzinski, U.S. And that was pretty cool.
That's pretty
The only
cool.
team in the
What
NHL
about
that
defensive
happens.
Pretty cool.
Deep pairings too?
They didn't do deep pairings, no. Because I think actually it would no, it wouldn't, because
Fox and Lindgren are
Fox
American?
and Lindgren are Canada, U.S. Trouba, when it was Schneider Miller, it worked, but now it's Trouba Miller back again. So Trouba Miller would be U.S., and then it's Schneider and Zach Jones, which would be Canada, U.S. But
I keep forgetting Trouba's American. I think it's because I just want to forget that he is.
Yes, yeah, you want to forget that he's
Hoping
actually had
he's Canadian.
he's had a decent year. I saw this, and I took a photo of it. The Rangers posted this, that the 4 players getting U.S. love on the team were 5 players: Fox, Kreider, Miller, Trocheck, Trouba. And I was like, how can the U.S. have that guy on their team? That those were the 5 guys that the U.S. roster, the U.S. organization has already announced as guys they're looking at on the team.
Probably because they're just hoping to up his trade value.
Probably. Yeah, it's a smart idea. I'm hoping.
Which,
Really
by
hope
the
you're-
way, it was
that's what you're
Toronto.
hoping.
It was Toronto that was that defeated the Jets. Our research
Yep.
and development department, Brooke Amanda, got us that. So
Nice.
Fair enough.
Research
you,
and development.
The
research
woman
and development.
behind the screen.
Yeah,
Yes.
behind Shorts Guy's screen.
Or
Yeah.
under
I got
Shorts
one
Guy's
over
desk.
here too. I got a
Yeah,
woman, but
well-
she ain't giving me no stats. Right now, she's
Nope.
rolling around in an olive wrapper.
Ooh. I like it.
Take your guesses on who
Um,
it is.
I know exactly who it is.
It may sound sexy, but it's actually a cat rolling around in something that is in the family of catnip. If you didn't know.
Oh, Stephen, this is off to the side, but Stephen, you're going to New Zealand in a few weeks, or no, sorry, a few months.
Correct.
The New Zealand airport is Lord of the Rings themed. Did you know that?
I did see that. Yes.
I did not know that. It's pretty cool.
I
The luggage carousel looks like looks like Hobbiton, and you have a big Schmeagle.
Do they have
Gandalf
walking
on
trees?
an eagle. I haven't seen that yet, but Steven's lucky. I want to go see that. All right, I have two quick fun exercises. We'll do the our flush more in a minute.
Okay.
So I saw this done in another podcast. I thought it'd be fun for us to do too. So they do basically a Stanley Cup chase between the four guys on the podcast. So what you do is you draft teams, just best to worst, and it would start with, and I'll go back, I'll retroactively take a look. But so the Cup winner last year was obviously the Florida Panthers.
Yep.
So what you do is you draft a team, and every time a team beats, so say Colorado beats the Panthers, now they're the Cup winning team, and for every win you get a point in the standings. So say Colorado beat the Florida Panthers, they get 1 win. Say Colorado wins their next game, you get 2 wins. If now I draft the Rangers and they beat Colorado, now I get 1 win, right? So it keeps, as whoever beats the next team that has that last win gets the next point. So I'll keep control of this, but I thought it'd be a pretty cool exercise. We could see at the end who drafted the best teams. Stephen does not look like he wants to play this game.
I lost you quite a whiles back.
The mathing is difficult.
Miles away, dear.
Made a wrong turn at Albuquerque there.
It is pretty easy. You just pick the best teams, or obviously the best teams are going to be bad, and we're going to eventually have to pick Montreal or Nashville Predators or San Jose. But you're going to go through. You're going to tell me which team you want. I'll be nice and I'll just go last. So on my screen I have Schwim at the far. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. So I'm gonna draft.
And it starts with tonight's results.
No, I'm gonna retroactive it to.
Damn, I picked Dallas.
Yeah. What?
I said, damn, I want to pick Dallas.
Well, Shroom's gonna get first choice. So
Why do I get
will
first
be
choice?
nice. Because
pick
you're
Dallas.
the last on my screen, it makes it easy.
Steven wants me to take Dallas. I'll take Dallas.
All right, so Dallas. Steven.
So we're just starting with just a team that you think is going to win a game?
Yep. No. You want the best teams because the best teams should get the most wins.
All right, Winnipeg, I guess.
All right, Steven wants win. Shorts guy.
Florida.
So Shorts guy. All right, very good. I will take, because I'm going to get back-to-back picks.
How convenient.
Yeah. All right, I'll do this. I'm going to go to the top.
We know who one of them is, so just friggin' say it already.
Just say it, because none of us are going to pick it. Just
Devils
say
and Rangers.
All right. Look at that. He just friggin' poached a pick from SG.
Yep.
It's fine.
Shorts guy, to you.
What a jerk.
I'll write it down so I'll tell you
everybody's
guys.
getting so everybody's getting 4 teams, is what you're saying.
No, everyone's getting
You're drafting all the teams.
8 teams.
All the teams.
Oh, okay.
Calgary.
So all 32. All right.
Calgary for Shorts guy.
Oh, shit. Sheesh Louise.
Sheeshers.
Vegas.
BGK. Schwimmer. Back-to-back picks.
Nice. Minnesota.
Min.
Oh.
And definitely not taking these assholes.
He loved it.
He loved it. I'll take Carolina.
Damn.
Who? Steven.
All right, I guess go with Toronto.
Toronto. Shorts.
Sorry, Schwim. Tampa Bay.
Ugh.
Tampa Bay. I was going to hope that one fell.
You're not gonna win with that one.
All right, I will take. All right, yeah, I'm going to take Edmonton because I do think they start to come back, and I will also take. Ooh, it's between. Yeah, I don't like the Boston Bruins. I'm going to go Vancouver.
Nice.
Shorts.
You picked Vancouver and who? Boston?
Edmonton.
I'll take Boston.
All right. Steven.
LA.
Schwim. Back to back.
Tampa and then Tampa again.
Nope. Tampa's already taken. And
know.
Tampa's
Sorry.
taken already again.
I don't even want them once. Who else is left here? I took Dallas. I took Minnesota. This is where it gets funky. I'll take.
It's getting fun.
Yeah.
Chichika Funky.
I'll take Colorado.
Ooh, good pick.
He is like twice in a row. He's taking my picks.
Well,
Back to backs.
Pardon me.
well, lick ass. I'll take. I'm gonna go. This I don't know. I don't give a shit. I'll take Utah.
Oh, you butter. All right.
Hope they can get
Butter
things
nut
going again.
squash.
Oh, hello over there.
Steven.
Hi,
Butternut
Sarah.
squash.
I see a little person.
Oh,
Yep.
goodness.
Yep.
Washington? Anybody pick Washington?
Washington. Good.
No one's picked
Shorts
Washington
guy.
yet for you. I'll go.
That Ryan Malone? That is Ryan Malone. Nice.
Ooh,
Ramalone.
Ryan
I
Malone.
will go.
It's good.
Screw it. I'll go St. Louis.
Good. All right. I'm going to get my Nashville Predators because I did predict them to get a playoff spot.
Nice.
And I will also take. Yeah, this is starting to really stink up the joint here. I'll take the Ottawa Senators.
All right. It's your funeral. It's fine.
Go to bed.
I will go
Go to bread, Sarah. Go to bread.
bread. Yes, bread. Go to bread. And she went to bread. Look at that. Off
Yes.
in that direction. I'll pick. Oh gosh. Now we're getting into
It's
the
bad.
dregs. I know.
Yeah.
Yep.
As Principal Skinner once said. I will go the Buffalo Sabres.
That was the choice between that one and Ottawa, so good pick.
Did
Steven?
somebody pick St. Louis?
Someone
did.
did not take St. Louis.
No,
Oh,
I
I
thought
did.
Shorts guy did.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, last pick. Yeah, he did. Second to
Took
last pick.
St. Louis. All right.
San Luis.
Huh.
Yeah,
Who's
it's
the
stinky.
worst?
It is really
terrible.
stinky right now.
Well, maybe Detroit.
Detroit. Schwim, back to backs.
Oh boy. I guess I'll take Jesus Christ. I'll take Seattle
Seattle.
and yikes. I don't know, man.
Come on. You got to rip the Band-Aid off.
Yeah, I guess. I'll take Columbus.
CBJ. Steven?
I'll take the Pit Pens.
Penn. Shorts.
I will take
Peace.
the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim.
Ooh, Anaheim. All right, I don't mind this so bad. I will take the New York Islanders.
Oh, thank goodness.
I thought they were going to go last.
No,
I was really banking on them getting picked last.
I don't
Montreal
think
is the worst.
Islanders should be
Just
picked at all.
because.
Just because.
Islanders should be relegated to the AHL.
Yes. We should actually pick an AHL team over them. I'll take the Hershey Bears.
So we have San Jose, Chicago, Philly, and Montreal.
And you got to take one of them.
Don't embarrass yourself. You already took the Islanders.
I'll go with Torts, Philly. I think I got the entire Metro, or almost the entire Metro.
You don't have Carolina, I know that.
Yeah,
I have Carolina and Steven has Pittsburgh. I think you have the rest.
Mm-hmm. And Steven has Washington.
Devils, Islanders, Philly. All right.
I'm
Short guy. Who's your last one?
I will take San Jose.
Nice.
Steven.
And it's Montreal and Chicago?
Montreal, Chicago. That's an easy choice.
I'll take Montreal.
Yeah.
Oh, that was not the choice I was thinking.
That's a Blades of Steel matchup.
All right, so I will tally up the wins. I'll let you guys know how we are in the in our own private cup chase. Pretty good.
Starting tomorrow?
No. The wins already accounted for.
He's gonna math all the way back to the
all the way back. So Steve Schwimmer did do you some good by picking Dallas.
Not really.
Well, it's
right.
so. All right. So, I mean, I could just go back in the schedule and find out.
It all depends on
whoever beat Florida first.
Yeah,
whoever beat Florida first would then get the first, right? Like Florida, So Florida would get the first win because they beat Boston in their home opener. Mm-hmm. Then someone I think beat Florida right away, so they would that other team would now have a win, and it going so on. So every time you beat the person that beat the champion, you get a point. Okay.
Ooh, excuse me.
Yeah, Ray. Hey,
Ray.
It was just we were drafting a fun little
challenge.
Fun little challenge for wins in the season. So, Sarah, alcohol is not for you.
But maybe it is.
Yeah, but maybe. All right, we were talking about this last week. Mount Flushmore. So everyone knows Mount Rushmore is, typically you put the four best of some category.
Who picked Ottawa?
Ottawa was me.
Okay, they were. I smell a cheater.
Why?
Ottawa is the first team to beat Florida.
All right, so I would get a win in there, but obviously they've lost because they stink. So I'm going to lose that. I got one win, maybe. Don't worry, I'll tell you where we are. Up to this point. Sarah, stop.
You stop.
I'm touching a shark tooth. All right. So Mount Rushmore, right? Top four guys. So, Rangers, I think it's pretty easy to put on there and so on and so forth. But I always think it's funny to do a Mount Flushmore. So the four worst players. It could be worst players. It could be players you hate the most.
This is very subjective.
It's subjective to the person. That's
many variables. That fall into this.
Yes. So you can do a coach. You can do a player. You can do a GM. You can do an owner. You can do.
That's why I put
pretty
mine,
much
owner.
Any spot. It's something that either the person you dislike them, or they've been so bad for the team, or they had a horrible contract. They maybe left your team and now you're in spite. We'll talk about Scott Beer Baron's pick in a minute because I thought it was very funny. So do you want me to do Beer Barons first and then we'll go from there? Or do you want to do Shorts Guy? Whoever wants to lead it off.
Let's start with
some varying
with
devil
those
opinions.
who aren't here. Let's start with those who aren't here.
All right, so the ones I saw from Scott, he put Kovalchuk. He said the contract, obviously, and just how he played for them was pretty bad. He had McLeod on there, him of the Canadian issues with the rape case, alleged rape case. I don't want to get sued.
We know.
He had Stefan Matteau on there. And he also had one more guy. He said Parise. obviously leaving for his original love in Minnesota. I didn't see anything from Scotty. He had a bunch of different guys. Sam didn't give anything, so that is about on par. But Scotty said Steve Bernier for his 5-minute major. He had a grudge on him, so maybe we'll see. Schwartz guy. Yeah.
Right, so
who is your 4 hated Devils, or 4 worst Devils? Whatever you want to. You obviously give us some reasoning.
Yeah. So I'll start with for the awful contract, Ryan Clough.
Ooh, Ryan Clough actually was almost on my list as well as a Ranger, because he and you can go into Clough in a minute, obviously the contract, but he signed with the Rangers on a PTO. He made camp and was gone in 2 months later, and he was so freaking horrible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he's on there.
Was that a 4-year deal he got with you guys?
It was something awful.
Yeah, it was horrible. It was a horrible deal.
It was something awful. Yeah. And then, so this is where, because I was struggling to come up with my 4, because there's ones that I should hate that I don't, and there's others that I just can't stand. So, oh man. So yeah. So it was Ryan Clough was number 1. Zach Parise would be another one, because he blew smoke up everyone's ass and then all of a sudden split right away.
He's the original John Tavares, right?
Yeah, he Tavares before Tavares did.
Yeah. I want to be here. I want to be here. I want to be here.
Out the door. Argue Niedermeyer did the same thing.
Yeah, but Niedermeyer actually
you
won.
You guys don't give Niedermeyer shit for that, do you? You guys don't give Niedermeyer shit when he actually did the same thing.
Yeah, but Niedermeyer actually won with us.
You can't say that Parisse's years with you were bad. He went to a cup final. You guys, he was a very good player for you guys, and same thing with the Islanders fans. Yeah, same thing with the Islanders. I mean, I guess Kovalchuk, when he was there, had a pretty good year or two. But did Parise also play with what's his name when he won you the Hart?
Hall.
Edmonton Hall.
Taylor Hall.
Yeah, Taylor Hall.
Yeah. Was he also there?
Yeah, because that's when they went to the final, right?
No, Taylor Hall was not on the team when we were.
I think it was Kovalchuk
in the finals in 12. It was Kovalchuk and it was Parise. Kovalchuk and Parise. And then after that, I'm gonna put He Who Shall Not Be Named on that list of 4.
Voldemort. Okay.
And then Voldemort. What?
Voldemort?
No. And then
he's on my list too.
I'm gonna put, just because it was such a wasted pick, was Stefan Matteau's kid. Stefan Matteau.
I don't know who He Who Shall Not Be Named is. Does anybody else? Am I the only one who doesn't know who
it was on Beer Baron's list.
Oh, okay.
Who's no longer on our team.
Yeah, all right.
It was kicked off last year. Yep.
McLeod. All right, Steven, why don't you go?
F that guy. So I'm pretty sure Schwim could probably name at least 3 of mine, because I spoke about them so often. And I don't know if any of you guys felt the wrath of when they were on the team. There's actually quite a few players that I strongly disliked when they were in the mid 2000s. Mm-hmm. But I was also looking at message boards of Penguins fans to see Reddit threads.
I was looking too.
To get a general idea of who people dislike. So maybe get to kind of pair some stuff or get some ideas. And there was a lot of people naming guys from the X generation is what they called them. That dreaded 2000 to 2006 years where there was just nobody on the team besides Rico Fata and Milan Kraft.
Rico.
Who I actually liked. There's a lot of people who didn't like Rico Fata, and I actually thought he was one of my more favorite players when they were so bad.
See, Steven, I had a similar thing. A lot of people would have put Kovalchuk on their top 4, and I wouldn't. I would not put Kovalchuk on the top 4.
So do they put him on just quickly? Do they put him on there because of the contract or the way it ended? Because he played pretty well, and it's not his fault that Lou Lamoriello is crazy and gave him 17 years.
I want to say it was the way it ended. I think for a lot of Devils fans, it was one of those things where it's like someone breaks up, you're like, oh, I just want to be alone, and then like 3 weeks later they're in another relationship. He retired, and then he went to Russia and played. I honestly, he said he wanted to go home. He retired. He wanted to go home. That's fine. That's straight up. You want to go home. Cool. But don't blow smoke up my ass.
I don't have on my list. I have none of the players who spurned. I think once upon a time, Jágr was just kind of disappointing. Hossa was an easy target, but I have nothing against Hossa. Hossa was absolutely right. The team that gave him the best chance to win the Stanley Cup was the Detroit Red Wings at that point, so I don't blame him at all. Mm-hmm. So that being said, all of my list of players are players that I just didn't like. It had nothing really to do with, well, some of it with performance, but just number one, the first one that I thought of. So I don't think it's like number one on my list, but the first one that I thought of was Alex Goligoski. And I know that Schwim heard me talk. I
know that one. Yeah.
Not stand him when he played. And he got so much playing time and power play time. I couldn't. Number two, I don't know, it might be a surprise to some of you, not Schwim again, is Tom Barrasso.
That's surprising.
Couldn't stand Tom Barrasso. I love Ken Reggett. Huh?
Oh no, is it Barrasso or Reggett that has the restaurant out there?
Reggett has a restaurant out there.
Okay, sorry.
Barrasso's kind of universally loathed by most of everybody, just basically because of his personality. But I didn't like him specifically because I was a gigantic Ken Reggett fan all of my childhood, and they just constantly force-fed me Tom Barrasso and not Ken Reggett, even though Ken Reggett was playing better. My third is actually, I decided to make it a combination because there was a run of backup goalies under Marc-Andre Fleury. Number one of the four that I have on there is Danny Sabourin, who I know Schwim heard me talk about all the time too. Was so bad, but then you have guys like John Curry and Brad Thiessen, who I just couldn't take. And Jeff Zakoff is on here, but I give Jeff Zakoff
but he was a hero.
Because he's Mr. Game One against, they call him Mr. Game One against the Rangers that year in 2016 when they won the Cup. And then I had a couple other choices. It's hard for me to really nail down, but I think the fourth is going to be Derek Brassard because
Derek Brassard.
What they gave up for him, what he brought, the amount that he pouted, and the little amount that he cared was probably it. Honorable mentions in there, I have Derek Pouliot, who was just everything about that poor kid. And I don't even blame him. Everything about him from the moment he was drafted was just, wow, this sucks. And it just went exactly like what we thought it was going to do. Alex Galchenyuk, but he didn't come with much hope because he was not playing well. He also turns out to be not a very good human being. So
horrible human being.
I also have I didn't want to add him here, but I just had to write this down just because it reminded me of like Antti Niemi, the Antti Niemi experiment that lasted 3 games. Do you know what his stats were? He played 128 minutes in 3 games, so he got pulled from all 3 of them. He let up 16 goals in those 128 minutes for a goals against of 749 and a save percentage of 797. And that's like just historically horrible. But I don't know. I felt bad for Niemi. He's just that wasn't his fault. So I'm going to go with my Goligoski, Barrasso, Brassard, and the combination of those god awful backups that I had to suffer through.
I think it's got to be Sabourin. He's got to be your
Sabourin's number 1 out of all of them. Yes.
All right, Schwim. Let's see your top 4.
Curry was there too, but Sabourin was number 1. I threw a party when he was traded.
I remember.
Ashram, your top 4 real fast. We'll do mine just because I know we're running a little bit late. So.
All right. Well, you definitely know 2 of them because they're more somewhat recent. Corey Perry.
Yes, they're fantastic. Corey Perry is fantastic. Mike Smith.
And Mike Smith ties into like around that time. Tampa was horrible at that time when he was on the team.
Lightning legend horrible. Mike Smith?
Yes.
He was good for a couple years.
He's okay. But when he was on Tampa, he was not good. He was so friggin' inconsistent. He was infuriating.
Taking to retire his number.
And it ties in with at the time the friggin' owners of the damn team. So they were my number 3, the Orrin Coles and that other guy who were friggin' just Hollywood producers.
Was it Saw, right?
Yeah, they had the Saul franchise. They owned the team for 2 years before Vinnick came in. I think they owned it from 2008 to 2010 because I think that's when Vinnick came in.
That blows.
So yeah, I put him up there because I hated them with a passion. There's so many freaking players. I hate everybody on my team. I can't name them all. So. But I don't know. I looked up some things like when Tampa.
Trim would have had a harder time picking a top 4 that he loved.
Yeah, that I actually like. Yeah, Matt Carl. I don't have anything against him. Like I liked him, but like when they traded Dan Boyle for him, and I was like very upset by that because I love Dan Boyle, and they ended up trading him like less than. I think they traded him that. I think they got him that off season, and they traded him in like November. They traded him to Philly, so they didn't even keep him, and then they brought him back years later on a terrible, terrible contract, and they ended up buying him out. So it was so bad. I could also say, even though Stevie Y did a lot of good for Tampa, he also had a lot of bad signings and bad draft picks that pissed me off. Because he pissed me off in 2012, I think is when they got Vassie. They had 2 first-round picks. They took their first-round pick, I think, was...
The Derek Pouliot draft?
Was it that one? When they took Slater Cuckoo and they could have taken friggin' Philip Forsberg?
Yep.
And then they got Vassie after that.
Derek Pouliot draft.
Oh my God, that pissed me off so much. They could have had the whatever other draft. I think they took. I forget who they took, but they could have had Pasternak, and they took somebody else because he went later in the first round. I mean, a lot of teams could have had him, but still.
Yep.
So that's kind of like my 4th thing. But there's so like, I can't have a flush more of just 4 players. I hate so many players on this team.
All right, mine's. I think you guys know who my number 1 is, but we'll go from 4 to 3 to 2 to 1. So 4, Libor Hayek, and not really because it's Libor Hayek. He wasn't a good player, but it's more for the trade that happened that just destroyed our goddamn team. It was him and Brett Howden. And don't worry, we're coming there.
Okay.
It was a miserable trade, and that guy they kept shoving us down our throat, even though he stunk to high hell. Libor Hayek, he could just go on his kayak and leave. Number 3.
He was a 2nd-round pick, though.
Number 3. Glenn Sather, that old spoiled ass that they just brought in from the Edmonton Oilers run. And he won his 1 goddamn cup in 1994 and immediately just sunk his teeth in and didn't let go. Old school, just fighters all the time and all this other bullshit. And he still has a stupid stench in the organization. He still, puppet dolls people. I hate it. So Glenn Sather's old ass can get out of here. He says he retired, but he still makes dumb decisions. Number 2, our owner, Jim Dolan, a real POS. Someone who it's amazing. He'll probably blacklist me for hearing this, and I won't be able to go to the Garden anymore. But he is the goddamn worst owner in professional sports. He has
checks for this man.
It's alleged, but he's ties to some really horrible people that there's some rumors that he did some pretty bad things, and I wouldn't doubt it because he's a POS. But yeah, he meddles, and when he meddles, he makes the team worse, and it's just horrible. So Jim Dolan could go after himself. Number 1, and it's the smoothie king himself, Tanner Glass. I cannot tell you how many times I watched the goddamn games, and his dumb, can't fight, horrible 4th line ass is out there ruining the hockey game. It's basically playing 5-on-4 because he can't. All he does is make smoothies for his teammates and his friends, and he's a good locker room guy. That doesn't mean shit in professional hockey. If you have talent, you can play.
His name actually came up. His name came up quite a bit in the Pittsburgh threads as well.
Because he's
surprised.
Horrible.
And in the Bone Storm trade.
Absolutely horrible. And just a quick.
Black Dynamite would take him.
I swear to Christ, I'd kill all you guys if you guys bought him on our team. A bunch of extras. Wade Redden and Bobby Holik for those horrible contracts. Donald Brashear, because we had to have a fighter in that year, and it was just awful. I talked about Howden. Gerard Gallant can go F himself. Tony D'Angelo's a racist piece of shit. Jack Johnson came in as a fit defenseman for us a few years back and was as bad as awful as you can be as a defenseman.
Yeah, Jack Johnson was a big name on the Pittsburgh Threads too.
Horrible. A couple first-round picks that just floundered and busted. Kravstov, Lee Sanderson, Pavel Brendel. Just horrible. Absolutely horrible. I could put Hugh Jessamine in there, but
I was waiting for that name.
No, he got hurt,
name.
and that's the only thing that sucked. Who knows what he would have been? He obviously 2003 draft. He's the only one without a point in the entire draft for an NHL team. He played 2 NHL games. It wasn't even for the Rangers. But I always what could have been right if he had stayed healthy. I think that he would have played and been somewhat decent. So that's the only reason he's not on there. But
so many minor goalies.
Yeah, that's true. You are a goalie, though. That makes sense.
I really, really didn't like Casey Smith either.
Matt Baggy said Redden, Pody, Halik, and Dolan. Yeah, so I got 2 of the.
Tom Pody.
Tom Pody.
Jeff Sawacki's favorite player.
Jeff Sawacki's
he had a couple
player,
good games. Tom Pody had a couple good games, or good years for the Rangers. But yeah,
he was good in NHL 2004 or whatever the hell we were playing.
Yeah,
all time.
Yeah,
that's about right. Yeah, could have been around 04. On Edmonton though, wasn't he? On Edmonton,
I think so.
Edmonton, yeah. You guys have anything else before we head out of here?
No,
I don't think so.
Nah.
Yeah, listen, I was the best team in the NHL, Winnipeg Jets. They're flying. Florida Panthers, obviously another one. Montreal Canadiens probably looking to get Higgins. They're that bad. And you had Nashville essentially saying that they might rebuild. It was taken out of context, but Trotz wants to make his mark on this team, and he's going to do anything he can to get them going, especially after he paid so much money in the offseason to get it going. So, it's been a good week. So,
sometimes a mishmash of the big names on free agent market don't.
Yeah, it doesn't work. New York Jets. Don't say, Steven.
New York Rangers.
New York,
for a long time.
That was the longest time they were the highest.
Whether it be the trade deadline or the off season, no matter what, they just collected the shiniest new toy.
Let's bring in a hurt Patrick Kane because that's going to win us a cup.
Good job. That was once again that's Sather and Jargalant, just horrible. And
I love
and the owner too.
I love your owner. I love Jim Dolan. He's a great owner.
Oh, Ron Hextall. Wow.
I hope
Ron Hextall was good.
Oh yeah.
I think he's gonna. I think he's taking Brassard. Sorry, Brassard. You're off my Flushmore.
Yeah, he should have been there because that was horrible for you guys. My whiskey was a solid 5. I need that one. And my beer 4.
Okay. I'm gonna go 3.5 for my beer. It was a solid hazy IPA.
Good. Okay. I'm giving this a 4.25. Shum. This is actually pretty fantastic.
Nice. Good. And is that the hazy one?
No, it's in New Zealand.
New Zealand. I can't remember.
Right.
We had that really good hazy IPA, Steven, this past weekend.
Sequence.
Yeah, New Zealand style IPA, which I didn't know they had their own
4.0. 4.0 GPA.
Trim, take her home.
Happy Veterans Day to all the veterans out there. I can't thank these brave men and women enough. My dad is a veteran. Short Sky, you were saying your dad's a veteran. What?
Yep.
What was he in? Was he in Vietnam?
He was Army.
Like my dad.
No, he was drafted in the Vietnam era in '69.
Okay, that's
so
my dad.
Him and my uncle got drafted. So
yep.
My grandpa.
Luckily, my dad did not go to the front lines.
My uncle Bill.
He still did his time.
My grandpa. Yep.
So these people, I can't thank them enough.
Both my uncles.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
My
grandfather was
World
War II.
Rest in peace to my uncle Newt. Rest in peace to my grandpa Newt. Both, great honorable soldiers. And one in the Navy, the other in the Army.
All 3 of mine are
Jack.
too.
We love
you guys.
Yep.